Hello everyone and welcome to ChangeCockpit Copilot Edition January 2025, the first of this year, and we will talk about all coming changes regarding Copilot in Microsoft 365, which are rolling out this and the following month. So first, going back a little bit, we started this year with another deep dive all about multi-tenant. There is a recording available. If you would like to see it, just go to our website and let us know. And then you will get access to this deep dive. Just as a side note, Backup and Archive in M365 was the first deep dive all around email security, get in the loop, MFM phishing resistances are all available as recordings if you want to go deeper and, for example, want to know more about DKIM, SPF and stuff like this, then take all around email security. The next one, which is planned, is on the 4th of March this year, which will be held live in Swiss German and will be available also as a recording, is all about SharePoint Online Advanced Management. Then this month in the full ChangeCockpit edition, there will be 120 changes announced. And now for this Copilot editions, we are talking about 17 changes, which are rolling out this and the following month regarding all Copilot features. So let's start with Microsoft 365 Copilot for January 2025. First of all, Microsoft's making huge marketing campaigns at the moment, talking about Copilot for everyone, free Copilot, and so on. Going back to, hey, what's really new in there? The only really new thing is the renaming of the Copilot brand or the Copilot app for free users. That's one of the main things. We see this here in the table. Currently, it's Microsoft Copilot. I'm talking about the free edition, meaning every user who has access to an Entra or a Microsoft Office 365 account can use the Copilot free edition. That's some kind of, it's a replacement for ChatGPT basically, but with no access to your tenant's data, because to access your tenant's data, you need to use the Microsoft 365 Copilot licensed edition, costing around $30 per user per month. So the renaming is about the old Copilot, which also grounds on enterprise data protection. And this one is currently being renamed to Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat. The product URL will change. Sure, the old URLs are still available and will redirect you to m365copilot.com. And Microsoft 365 app renaming, this also applies to all your mobile devices. Let's say you are opening your Word files on your iOS or Android device in Microsoft 365 app with the here shown symbol, then or icon, then this will change now to the new Microsoft 365 Copilot icon and the app will be renamed. Here's a screenshot of an Apple iOS device. The app is now named M365 Copilot, which also means if you search for Office, at least on my phone, if I search for Office, I don't find the old Microsoft 365 Office app anymore. I need to search for Copilot to get access to this app now. And it also, the UI also changes a bit as shown here. So that's one of the new things which Microsoft is currently talking about regarding Copilot for free and for everyone. Then another big new feature, actually, it was also announced here in ChangeCockpit. I think it's already 2 months ago or at the latest in December. Free users get the possibility to access Copilot agents in your tenant. So till now, let's say you created a new SharePoint Online agent, which only where you can chat to a data you define, meaning you only use certain files and folders as input for this agent. Then till now, only Copilot licensed users, I'm talking about the $30 per user per month license, had access to this particular Copilot agents and also to all the other agents. Now it will be available or possible to have a metered or pay as you go access to this agent, so you can reuse your SharePoint Online or all other Copilot agents and get the users, the regular users, without the paid Copilot license access, and then they pay on a consumption base. That's a very important and new feature. So all your users can use your internal Copilot agents. So this will be rolled out now. You need to enable this. You need to access or to create an Azure subscription and to bind this Azure subscription to your Copilot. Let's see later, there is one change at the end where I talk about this, and there is even a quick introduction or how to video attached to this slide, which shows you how to set up the basic consumption-based Copilot for agents. Then the other one is regarding an update to the M365 app, now not on a mobile device. This was on the last slide. On this one, it's about M365 app in Windows and web. So this app also gets the new icon as shown here. And there are some other changes like no more top header. The search box will be on the home page. That's the Microsoft 365 search box. Apps are on the left-hand side. EBC is here. They will be moved to the top of the application. So that's, I think, a bigger UI change, but it's not a feature change, it's a UI change. Org logo will no longer be displayed. My Day features being removed, and Help Me Create feature is also removed during the rollout of this change. Then if you are working with multiple tenants or have access to multiple tenants on your computer, let's say you are logged into Word, like on the screenshot with multiple tenant accounts. Here it's the main account is Rolf at ChangeCockpit CH, and then I also have connected some other accounts. So let's say I only have a Copilot license, or I have a Copilot license on my main account. It doesn't need to be the main account. I have a Copilot access on one of these connected accounts. Then I can use Copilot in Word for all documents, also in all other accounts. So let's say I have a document stored in on this admin account's OneDrive. I can then start and draft text into this document, which is stored in there, even if it's the license from the ChangeCockpit tenant. This works, but it only works for features which are working on this particular document opened in Word. You cannot access the organization's graph data, so you don't have access to other documents from the non-licensed tenant. That's it's not a limitation. I think that makes perfect sense because you don't have the license in the other tenant, so you can't access data in the non-licensed tenant. But at least you get now access to the full to the draft and rewrite features, as an example, in the Office applications for all tenants, even if you only have a license in one particular tenant. Then Copilot agents will be available in group chat. If you are in a group chat, you just go to add agents on the upper right corner, add agents and bots, and then you can select the agent you would like to add to the group chat. Select graph connectors. You will be able to select a particular graph connector for BizChat. So first of all, BizChat, it's the chat in the work tab, meaning only the chat which is available for you for licensed Copilot users and not for unlicensed chat users. So that's the work tab. This is called business chat because this BizChat has access to your business data. And if you're admins or you configured other graph connectors, so let's say you connected your Confluence system, then you can full text index this Confluence system. You can search with Microsoft Search through the data which is stored in the external system, or you could even index your file server if you would like to do so. And then this will be represented as a graph connector. So you ask Copilot something in this chat, then you go to the filter pane other, and then you can select this particular graph connector. So let's say you want to ask a question now only for the Confluence data, then just select here other and then the Confluence graph connector, and then this will be filtered and all other data from the tenant will be ignored. Same, almost, or the same things for SharePoint Online site, also back in Business Chat, only in the Work tab. If you ask, let's say, summarize the action items from the documents in, and then you select a particular SharePoint Online site, then only the data which is stored in this site will be used as input for this question. And narrowing a little bit more down, the same game for SharePoint Online and OneDrive for Business folders in Business Chat. You go into Chat, go to Attach Cloud Files, and then you are able to select particular files or even folders to use or to leverage as input for this question for Copilot. So you could then also select one other document and say, summarize this document. Okay, it would be easier to go directly into document, but you see what I mean. You can pre-select which particular data you would like to use as input with all these three updates. Then we have a little change regarding Viva Engage and Copilot adoption communities. If you are using Viva Engage, then you can create a Copilot adoption communities for your Copilot champions or Copilot early adopters during the adoption phase. Then in there, when a user creates a question is created, then suggestions are provided for similar questions that have already been asked. Makes sense. If someone else asked the same question before, then why should I re-ask the question again? Copilot can tell me, hey, this question was already answered, so here's the answer for you. And admins now can remove the adoption features from this community. So if you are done with this community to have it as a Copilot adoption community, then just remove the Copilot adoption feature from the community, and all the other stuff will be still in there. So you no need to delete the whole community to remove an adoption community. Viva Learning, then AI and Copilot resources provider will be visible for Viva Learning admins. If they go to admin tab, then you will see the AI and Copilot resources. And this provider is the foundation for the and also already announced Copilot Academy. And your users will by default get, all your Copilot licensed users will get access to this Copilot Viva Learning Academy, and it will be shown to them as soon as they restart next time the Teams. This will be rolled out by default now. If you don't like so, the reason then you can turn this Copilot AI and Copilot resources content provider off. OneNote will now get the takes notes feature, so it's the same as you have in Outlook. It's draft new email. In Word, you can also create new text using draft new text, and because OneNote is for taking notes, it's called Take Notes with Copilot. Enter some natural language text in here, and then this Copilot will write it for you. Then Copilot in Edge will somehow reappear, or page summarization will reappear. It was available, as far as I know, it was available for some time, and then it disappeared again from the Edge itself. Now Edge gets the context features like page summarization back in the Work tab, meaning only licensed users have access to the Work tab, meaning only these have access to the page summarization in there. And if you already configure Edge, enter Copilot page context policy to configure this feature, then this policy will also apply to the new feature in the Work tab. Copilot Studio will get two new paid capabilities. So one is tenant graph grounding for messages. So these messages have access to your tenant's data, and autonomous action is the other one. And this is all pay as you go because it's inside Copilot Studio. Pay as you go, it will cost you 30 messages per answer or 25 messages per action. These messages you can either prepay, you can buy message packages, or you can use pay-as-you-go using an Azure subscription. And here in this screenshot, you also see consumption rates based on different types of Copilot Studio features, like a classic answer costs only 1 message. Generative answer is 2 messages, but as soon as you access existing tenant data, it will cost you 30 messages. Adoption score will get an update regarding the AI assistant category inside the adoption score. It's already existing, the AI assistant, but this will be upgraded using an improved score model. Peer benchmarking, you see other comparison to other companies. You don't see the company names, but from the same industry, it's an industry comparison. You have new feature level metrics like M365 Copilot Chat, so the free Copilot, also histogram and some time trends. So if you have never seen this in this AI assistance, you will see feature usage for the assistance feature in your tenant, like in Teams. We see here in Teams meetings and chats, and then let's say summarized meetings, and you see 750 of 1,500 users used summarized meetings, or rewrote messages, only 488, only a third of my users are using rewriting message. Perhaps I should tell them again, hey, you can do rewrite messages, and this is how you do it. So I can see in here about this scores where perhaps where is a need for more education for people or for Copilot adoption. Then Copilot admin. The admin center in M365 admin center will get a new enhanced overview section and a new health section, as shown here on this screenshot. And Copilot in M365 admin center, this time it's not about usage report, it's a Copilot feature inside Microsoft 365 admin center. This was announced, I think, 2 months ago in public preview, but it was luck if your tenant would be in this public preview or not. You couldn't configure or opt in by yourself. But now it will be GA, generally available. So this means all tenants will get these admin center Copilot feature, so you will be able to use optimize routine tasks or generate insights, and then you have this Copilot pane here on the right side of your M365 admin center. And set to pay as you go, as mentioned on the second slide, I think it's about setting up Copilot billing, perhaps for your users who don't have access to the Copilot full license but would like to use your agents in SharePoint. Then you go to setup org settings, pay as you go services. If you can't find it in there, then you will find it in setup billing and licenses, and there you can activate pay as you go or just go directly to this URL. And from there, you can set up the billing with an Azure subscription. So this consumption-based billing will be activated. And here you also see a quick video how this will be done or how this can be done in a tenant. Then, outro, next dates, the Copilot edition will always be published at the same day as the full edition of ChangeCockpit is being held live. The next time it will be February the 19th from 9:30 till 11:30 in Swiss German, and from 3 to 5 all Central European times in English. So if you haven't seen or if you would like to attend the full ChangeCockpit edition, just let me know either on rolf@changecockpit.ch or go to changecockpit.cloud and sign up there for a free demo session. Then thanks for watching. I hope you could get some new insights, some new knowledge. And I would say see you next month, and goodbye.